My name is Ryan Zakos, and I'm owner and licensed real estate broker of Zakos Realty here out of Sarasota, Florida. In today's video, I'm going to give you the most comprehensive beach guide that you have ever seen or heard for Manatee, Sarasota, and Charlotte County beaches. I was born and raised in Sarasota and grew up on these beaches. Whether it was by boat, surfboard, paddleboard, long walk, or a fun or casual swim, I've done it all in these locations. I have structured this guide to start at the very northernmost point of Manatee County with Anna Maria and work my way south to the southern tip of Manasota Key. But before I get started, would you please take a second to like, share, and subscribe? I'm doing tons of videos so you can learn this area, and please don't hesitate to reach out with topics that you want to hear. Starting up north of Sarasota, Manatee County is Anna Maria Bayfront Park. It's the most northernmost beach on Anna Maria Island. It is a beautiful stretch of sand and majestic trees that make it feel like a park as well as a beach. When you walk all the way to the most northern point, you'll have a view of both the Sunshine State Skyway Bridge and Egmont Key. Now, side note, Egmont Key is one of my most favorite boating destinations, and I talk about that in another video. Here at Bayfront Park, there is a place to grill, pavilions, playgrounds, restrooms, and showers, and just a short walk takes you to Bean Point, the very tip of the island. Here's another interesting fact. George Emerson Bean, hence the name Bean Point, established his 160-acre homestead in 1892, and that is when he began to develop Anna Maria. Man, I wish he was in my family lineage. Now, Birds and Wildlife have replaced the vanished home site, and the point is a popular spot at sunset because of the sweeping, unobstructed views of the Gulf. Despite its rustic, natural character, Bayfront Park is the heart of the town of Anna Maria, so it's close to restaurants, shops, both the City Pier and the Rod and Reel Pier. Now, moving a little bit south, also on Anna Maria, right in the middle of the 7-mile long island is Manatee County Beach, or Holmes Beach. It is a laid-back little town with lots of charm. It is a big, busy beach that's almost a small town in and of itself. What makes it popular is that it is an easy walk from the town's many vacation rentals. Because of that, it does have a more touristy vibe, but that is not a bad thing, and that it is fun and lively and a wonderful spot with its restaurants and live music. I personally love to take my wife, go up there, toes in the sand, enjoy the sunset right there on the beach. Manatee Beach is also a stop on the trolley that travels up and down the island all day long. It has many amenities like the northernmost park, including lifeguards, changing cabanas, restrooms, beach wheelchairs, picnic tables, volleyball courts, and concessions that rents beach and water sport equipment. It even has a gift shop where you can buy a new bathing suit, sunscreen, or whatever you might need for that day. It is also a wonderful spot for a breakfast. There's a place called Anna Maria Island Beach Cafe, and you can enjoy a nice little breakfast with the toes in the sand and enjoy the view as well. It's a wonderful way to start the day. The cafe also serves lunch and dinner, your typical island type foods like wraps, tacos, seafood platters, and more. You can't go wrong with the bamboo bar with a tropical drink to be able to sip on that and enjoy the drink as well as the beach. Now, the next stop south is Kena Beach. It's a large, wide beachfront that has lots of room for everybody and offers just about every imaginable amenity. Kena is unique with its unmistakable pine trees that line the beach. It got its name from the clam-like shell that buries itself in the waterline along the beach. The amenities are the same as Holmes, but it also has a paved trail for joggers, bikers, and parents pushing their strollers. It even has its own gift shop and the Coquina Cafe, where you can listen to live music on the outdoor deck. It is also a wonderful spot for breakfast. And on Wednesdays and Sundays from November through June, browse the busy outdoor beach market, offering arts and crafts, produce, other local food options, flea market finds, and a lot more. There's a nature trail across the street from the beach that leads to very typical wildlife encounters for the area and of course, beautiful bay views. Now, moving to the next island south, just over the bridge is Longboat Key. Longboat Key has 10 miles of gorgeous, uncrowded beaches, but with that being said, unless you reside in a Gulf-front neighborhood or condo, it is very tough to access these beaches. There is limited public beach access and even less beachside parking. Longboat Key has its own township, and its website lists all the access and parking sites available for Longboat Key. I think the best place to park, personally, is in the big lot at the new Bayfront Park in the middle of Longboat Key. Then you can walk across the main road, which is Gulf of Mexico Drive, to the public beach access there. One of my favorite things to do is to grab a pub sub, as we call it, public sub, right there on Longboat Key, and head to the beach for the day. Bayfront Park is a great destination in and of itself, with basketball and pickleball courts, bike trails, a playground, even a dog park with water views. Once you head to the beach, which is lined by dunes planted with native shoreline species, you'll find great shelling, bird spotting, and on most days, very few people. Now, walking north and south, you can admire the beachfront mansions, luxury condos, and the rare surviving old Florida cottage. Longboat is an often desired destination for living or vacationing because of its privacy, serenity, and what often feels like you are on your own private island. This probably is because it is not as easy to access and therefore a deterrent for many people to make the trip, but to the benefit of us, obviously. You can enter Longboat via Anna Maria or Bradenton Beach or through Lido, but to get to the center of Longboat Key is a little bit of a hike, so it does make it a little bit of a deterrent for residents or vacationers to make that journey there, so it does feel like a very private island. Now, over the next bridge south is Lido. What I love about Lido is that it's just a short bike or car ride from downtown and a 5-minute walk from the popular St. Armand Circle. St. Armand Circle offers plenty to eat, drink, shop, and wonderful entertainment. Now, how many places in the country can you walk from a world-class beach after watching the pretty sunsets to a world-class restaurant? That is what I love about St. Armand Circle and Lido Beach. Lido Beach was once the site of the iconic Art Deco Lido Beach Casino, has been popular for generations and even hosted the Miss Florida beauty pageants in the 1960s. Lido Beach has a public swimming pool, has lifeguards, has small concessions, has a big parking lot. Much like every beach in the area, it definitely fills quickly, especially in season, holidays, and then of course weekends. If you're like me and seeking seclusion, one of my favorite things to do in all of Sarasota County is to take the short drive to my real estate office in downtown Sarasota, stroll up the white hard-packed sand to the up North Lido Beach, up the shoreline, and it feels super private because it's natural, undisturbed shoreline. Now, once you actually hit the most northern part of North Lido, you can walk all the way to New Pass and then return via the trail that winds through a forest of Australian pines. It's a wonderful little walk, jog, or a way just to kind of escape. It feels very private, very natural, and it's one of my favorite things to do. Now, the next spot in Lido Key is just south of the public beach, and that's Ted Sperling Park. It basically is a world of its own in that it has a nature refuge on an island. It offers diverse environments and adventures. You can stand at the end of the beach and enjoy an exhilarating view of the Gulf, Big Pass, and Sarasota Bay. Be careful swimming here because there are strong currents and there are no lifeguards there. But one of my favorite things to do in Sarasota on an adventure scale is to launch a kayak or paddleboard from Ted Sperling Park and paddle through the mangrove tunnels into the beautiful bushy bayou where there are no motorized boats allowed, and you can rent kayaks and paddleboards there as well. I have personally seen there manatees, dolphins, sharks, tons of fish. There are tons of these little crabs that scatter all over the mangrove trees and all different types of birds that you will see swooping down on the water. There's a secluded little beach on the bay side. It's called Sandy Point. The locals call it that. It's a popular destination for paddlers, boaters, and picnickers. I love to take my paddleboard, go through the mangroves, and stop, grab a bite to eat or a drink there in that Sandy Point little beach area. Now, after this little spot, we're gonna go down south and probably the most popular berry island of all of Sarasota County, and that is Siesta Key. This is the golden star of Sarasota beaches. Siesta Beach has been named on every pretty much national site as one of, if not the best beach in the US. Siesta Key is a wide, vast beach of bright, white, soft, and cool sand that looks like it never ends. Did you know that there is a reason why Siesta sand is so unique? People always rave about the beautiful water and the soft, white, and cool to the touch sand. The reason is that most beaches are pulverized coral, but Siesta is 99% pure quartz crystals. This is the reason why it stays cool. It feels different and looks so white. What I like about Siesta, besides the sand and water, of course, is that people of every age, shape, state, and country flock here to sunbathe, play volleyball, and/or picnic. One thing you will not want to miss is the Sunday night drum circle. The parking lot does fill quickly, especially in the winter season, like we talked about with all the beaches pretty much in the Gulf Coast. So do not be shocked if you have trouble finding a spot or circle a bunch of times. I recommend coming early, parking a bit away, and walking a little bit. Siesta has a wonderful sand for walking along the waterline, and this is what makes Sarasota's best walking beach. I personally love to walk the 3.5 miles from the North Beach to Point of Rocks, which is a formation of limestone rocks that marks the most southern end of the beach. The pavilion at Siesta was recently redone, and it's reflecting the region's mid-century modern architectural heritage. Siesta includes restrooms, a playground, excellent snack bar, picnic tables, grills, covered shelters, a 2-story pavilion, and a small bar, and fantastic beach view. There is a free trolley that runs up and down Siesta. It runs from Siesta Village, where are the local bars, the restaurants, shops, ice cream shops, cafes, and more. And this trolley goes down all the way to Turtle Beach. That leads us to our public beach south, and that is Turtle Beach. It is just miles south of the famous Siesta. It has a relaxed, laid-back feel, and being that it is at the end of the island, it makes it feel more secluded. The parking lot leads over to sand dunes that slope down to a very narrow and a lot more natural feeling beach. This half-a-mile-long beach is a favorite spot for fishers who are looking to reel in grouper, cobia, sharks, and other types of fish. A hard-packed path leads along the dune line to Sanderling. After just a few minutes, you'll look down at what looks like a deserted beach, where the crystal clear waves crash on the sandbars and birds are chasing that incoming surf. There are benches along the path to read or watch for tortoises scooting by. Turtle Beach adjoins a county-owned campground. It's become such a sought-after campground during COVID that you probably have to book at least a year in advance at this point. This beach has no lifeguards, so just so you know, the parking lot includes a new shaded playground, it includes showers, restrooms, small pavilions, it has grills, and the parking lot also on the bay side, there's a boat launch where you can launch a boat into the bay, and that wraps you around up and down the island there as well. You do have the ability to book paddleboards, kayaks, and even do some tours from Turtle as well. Next spot I want to talk about is Palmer Point Beach Park. This remote beach may very well be one of my favorite spots in Sarasota's best kept secret. For centuries, hundreds of years, there was water separating Siesta and Casey Key, and this was called Midnight Pass. But in 1984, the pass began to migrate naturally and threatened the beachfront homes, so the county allowed the homeowners to close the pass and relocate the rushing waters. Palmer Point Beach was born. It's possible to walk here from Turtle Beach, although you might have to wade in some water depending on that tide. But most people arrive by kayaks, boats, or paddleboards from the bay side. The difficulty in actually accessing this beach is what makes it so amazing, because it feels like it's super private, and that's why obviously I enjoy it. You can walk over the dunes and you'll feel like you traveled back in time. You'll have expansive views of sand, sea, the sky, and there's not a condo in sight. On most days you'll encounter only a few other people. This is a beautiful place to watch the sunset, enjoy a picnic, or swim. The next beach is NOKOMIS Beach. Now, NOKOMIS Beach is unique because there is a mix of these mega millionaires and mansions that inhabit most of Casey Key, but the southern section of the island is for the people, with a smattering of restaurants, bars, mom-and-pop motels, and offers Sarasota County's oldest public beach. In addition to lifeguards, boat launch, playground, picnic tables, boardwalk, once you walk over to NOKOMIS Beach, it has a beautiful restored mid-century pavilion, just like Siesta. There's a snack bar that does offer a variety of drinks and food items. NOKOMIS Beach, like Siesta, does have a drum circle that draws a crowd. You can catch the dancers, the musicians, and more about an hour before sunset on Wednesdays and Saturdays. So Wednesdays and Saturdays here, and then Sundays over at Siesta, you can find that drum circle. Now, let's keep moving south to the next destination. The next beach south over the pass is Venice. And at the northern tip of Venice is the North Jetty Beach. North Jetty is a hot spot for water sports, dolphins, and manatee spotting. Also something to note, Southwest Florida does have surfers, and if the conditions are right, this is the place to be. Growing up here, when cold fronts or storms rolled in, you would have found me at the North Jetty. The jetty itself is a massive rock formation that was installed by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to stabilize Venice Inlet for mariners accessing the Gulf. When you look out from the jetty, you will see a steady stream of boaters, paddleboarders, kayakers that are passing through this inlet. Many stop and hang out for a while on the inlet's little Rattlesnake Island, where fishermen cast and reel from the jetty and families enjoy the volleyball, horseshoe, and there's a playground on the jetty as well. The concessions is served from a refurbished Ebor trolley car, which looks cool, it's very historic. And the sunset watching here on the jetty is a nightly ritual for many locals, as a lot of people in the area considering the best view in the county. This view is looking north onto Casey Key and south to Venice Beach. The next place I'm going to highlight is just south of the jetty, and that is Venice Beach. Most beaches on the west coast of Florida are barrier islands, but in Venice, it is not considered a barrier island. There is an intercoastal waterway that separates historic Venice from the mainland, but being that Venice's historic downtown is so close to the beach, it has a destination feel. This is what gives the town much of its picturesque charm. The beach itself is accessed from the end of the downtown strip. One thing that Venice Beach is known for worldwide is its shark's teeth.
Only for shark fossils. This family from Orlando is starting to find some teeth.
Yeah, this is very typical of what you can find on the Venice Beach.
Supposedly, underneath the beach lies a 35-foot deep layer of fossilized shark's teeth deposited 10 million years ago when the west coast of Florida was submerged. The beach holds so many shark's teeth that it has an annual Shark's Tooth Festival and was also named Shark's Tooth Capital of the World. On this beach and other Venice area beaches, you'll see lots of people stooped over, sifting through sand, through strainers, searching for these shiny little black artifacts. I've personally found amazing shark's teeth and more than I can count at this Venice Beach. Just south of Venice Beach is BROHARD County and Paw Park. This county's only dog-friendly beach is a pretty park between Venice and CASPERSEN beaches. It is a good-sized, fenced-in, grassy area that allows dogs to run around without a leash. The park also allows the pups to run up and down the beach and plunge into the Gulf to retrieve balls or just cool off. Visitors give this beach raving reviews on social media, saying it's clean and quiet, well-behaved dogs. One fan calls it the best dog park in Southwest Florida. There are picnic tables and restrooms along with hoses to wash off the pups and showers for the parents. Now, just south of Paw Park on the southern Venice beachfront is another county beach. It's a pier with a bait shop, volleyball courts, and one of my favorite beach restaurants, Sharky's at the Pier. Sharky's has been named Florida's best beach bar and is a great place to listen to live music, all while enjoying the beautiful sunset over the beach. But the beach is great as you will see plenty of people playing in the sand, sunbathing, shelling, and shark tooth hunting, and of course a lot more. Something you may not have known, but you actually do not need a license to fish from the pier, where I've seen everything from redfish, jack, and snook, even hammerhead sharks and barracuda caught from this pier. Venice arguably has the most variety of beaches out of any beach in all of Florida. You notice this by the sheer difference of Venice Beach to the next beach we're going to talk about that is just south of the pier, and that's CASPERSEN. If natural splendor is what you want on a beach, head to CASPERSEN. An almost 2-mile stretch of pristine shoreline. You can drive, or you can also arrive by bicycle, pedaling down the Venetian Waterway Trail, which ends here at CASPERSEN. At the far end of the parking lot, paddlers can launch their crafts to access Red Lake and the Intercoastal Waterway. On the beach itself, there are no lifeguards, concessions, or sports courts, just the waves, sand, and solitude here at CASPERSEN. This is one of the best Sarasota beaches for shellers, as it is common to find new and ancient treasures, such as fossilized shark's teeth and even remnants of long ago mastodons. What I love about the beach is as you walk, you will see many different types of landscape and ecosystems. You'll find freshwater and saltwater marshes. You'll see mangroves, you'll see tidal flats, you'll see waves, you'll see sandy beach and natural limestone that lines this rocky beach. Even the most overworked and overstressed person will come away with a sense of calm and awe after visiting this wonderful beach. Now going down the barrier islands, our next stop is Manasota Beach. This tranquil beach has 14 acres of recreational land and 1,400 feet of beachfront. It is a wonderful spot that is never too busy and, just like Venice, is known for its shelling. Although it can feel like a private retreat, the beach has a host of amenities, including year-round lifeguards, beach wheelchairs, picnic tables, restrooms, shelters, and more. Manasota Beach also has boat launches and docks along the Intercoastal. Also, if you happen to be on the beach from May to October, look for these little yellow wooden stakes that are marking the sea turtle nests. There are more loggerhead sea turtles that swim ashore to lay their eggs at Manasota Key than any other part of Florida's west coast. The next beach we're going to talk about is Sarasota County's most southern beach. Sometimes called Middle Beach because it's located in the center of Manasota Key, Blind Pass Beach is just a mile above the Charlotte County line. Of all the region's barrier islands, Manasota Key is by far the most relaxed. This is probably because most of the island is strictly residential, with a scenic road winding between these multi-million-dollar homes and the occasional old Florida modest home on the bay or the Gulf. Manasota Beach is big. It is about 66 acres and has about 3,000 feet of shoreline. You won't find the soft white sand of Siesta, but there are showers, restrooms, playgrounds, a canoe launch, and picnic tables here at the beach. What I also like about this is on the bay side, there's a nature trail that leads through a little mangrove forest to a fishing dock over the intercoastal waterway. Blind Pass generally is not super busy, and it's a great spot to get away from the hustle and bustle of the larger public beaches all up and down Sarasota, Manatee County. Now, the last beach I'm going to mention today is Inglewood Beach. Inglewood Beach is the centerpiece of 12.5-acre Chadwick Park and at the southern end of Manasota Key. While most of the key is residential, what makes Inglewood unique and special is that the area is actually zoned commercial. So because it is zoned commercial, it has a bustling little resort village that includes low-key vacation rentals, restaurants, and plenty of shops. This big, wide beach has great views and shelling, just like Venice, along with all the amenities a family could ever need to spend the day here. The beach and park include grills, picnic shelters, pavilions, a shaded playground, volleyball, basketball, and even horseshoes. A 900-foot-long boardwalk has 3 lookout stations, and the Beach Guy, which is a local vendor who rents umbrellas, chairs, and more. This is the only beach on the key that has lifeguards on duty, so take note of that. There is no snack bar or cafe, but several restaurants just across the street. Only bad thing about the Charlotte County Beach, this Charlotte County Beach, is that unlike Sarasota, where beach parking is free, Charlotte County does have a metered beach parking lot. It's not expensive, but still worth noting that you will have to pay for parking here in Charlotte County. I'm going to end with one honorable mention, and that is Stump Pass Beach Park. This is a really cool spot at the very southern tip of Manasota Key. Stump Pass would make the list because it is such a beautiful big beach. It has a destination feel of itself. Thank you for watching this video on the Sarasota area beaches. Like I said previously, I was born and raised here, so I grew up on these beaches, whether it was a leisure stroll on the beach or on a stand-up paddleboard in the bay. I grew up here, know all these areas really well, and wanted to add my insight. If you had any questions, comments, or suggestions, just comment below. If you would, please take a second to like, subscribe, and share this video. I'm putting out constantly videos for the area that hopefully you'll find some interest in. Thank you. Look forward to talking to you soon.